Welcome to another RSR. Today we are recapping and reviewing the 2025 Formula One British Grand Prix, a wild, rainy Grand Prix that ends up with a podium nobody expected, at least the third place. The first two places, yeah, you could have seen that coming. I don't know about expected, but you could have seen it coming. A McLaren won too, but a Sauber is on the podium. That tractor is on the podium. It's a historical podium. Of course, first place Lando Norris wins the Grand Prix. Second place Oscar Piastri. Third place Hülkenberg gets it with a Sauber, his first ever podium. 230 plus starts. Ends up finally getting his podium. Fitting that the Hulk gets it while wearing green and having a car that's green. But he gets the Sauber to a podium. What a wild Grand Prix. Let me tell you, Ferrari's strategy is horrible. Leclerc, of course, pits off the formation lap, goes on to slicks while it's raining. He has a very horrible Grand Prix. 14th back marker. One of the worst performances considering, well, he didn't crash out. But because of the crash outs, he was right at the back. Lewis does not get the podium. Yeah, he did make a couple of mistakes, Lewis Hamilton did, to finally lose his streak of podiums at Silverstone. And you know what? If it had to happen, I'm glad it happened this way, where the Hulk got it over him, you know? But I gotta say, it does suck. It does suck to see Lewis's streak end, but Ferrari is a joke. But this one's more on Lewis than anything else. He did make some mistakes on the out lap, and as he was trying to catch him, he made some mistakes late on. Ferrari's strategy didn't really screw him as much as it did Charles. Charles, my God, Ferrari's strategy was absolutely dumb. Brain dead. But then again, what's new, right? What's new? What's new with Ferrari? Brain dead strategy's their thing. Absolutely brain dead. Lando gets the lead after Oscar's 10-second penalty. He pits the lap after Oscar pits. And because of the gap between them, Lando holds first place while through the pits. He comes through. He holds on as a 5-second lead, and he would hold that for the rest of the race. 7 laps at that point. Holds it, wins the race. And you know what? Lando had a really good drive. Now, Oscar, I gotta say, Piastri, he shouldn't have had that penalty. He brake checked Verstappen, spun him out. Verstappen was on the safety car. After the safety car just was about to pass, he did brake check Verstappen. That was the incident. They called him for it, 10-second penalty. He spun out Verstappen as the restart was taken. He was in first. Lando second. The penalty is given. It took him a long while to finally pit to serve the 10-second penalty. And he lost the lead from there. I guess he was, afraid to lose the lead? He felt like the penalty was unfair. If you heard his radio, he said, I feel like the penalty's unfair. If you did, we should swap and have a chance to fight it out, is what he basically said. Saying that about Lando. Swap the position, give it back, and let's fight it out instead of it just going to him. And the McLarens had a big gap on third and fourth. Again, best car on the grid. And he felt hard done by. But if Lando said that, they would have crucified him. If Lando said, hey, give me back the position and we'll fight over it because this penalty was BS, they would have crucified him. But Oscar, it's like, well, that's red mist, but that's rare, that's what, the championship fight taking its toll. The dude's not made of stone. A man ain't made of stone. Shouts to Randy Travis. Yeah, nobody's going to get that reference. This is Formula One. They're going to call me a redneck. Either way, man ain't made of stone. A man ain't made of stone. Oscar Piastri ain't made of stone. Why aren't they crucifying him? They would Lando if he said the same thing. That's punk move. That's a punk move by Oscar saying, hey, give me back the position. We'll fight for it. This penalty was BS. No, you brake tested Verstappen. You spun him out. Basically, as the safety car was pulling off, you brake tested him before that. No. You deserve your 10-second penalty. Take it. Take it. You lost then and there, and you know it. That's why it took you so long to go into the pits. You knew you lost then and there. You knew you lost then and there. And you were hoping you could hold it off till they had to actually get slick tires, because the last 10 laps were pretty dry. You had to go to slick tires. So you pit first. Lando pits the next lap. He still has a lead on you. And he wins the Grand Prix. And then you start complaining. Because you thought, hey, maybe I could get over him on the out lap. While he's still in the pit, I could get over him. And they pitted him the lap after. Papaya rules, I guess, no longer apply, yeah? Right? Oscar's not a smooth operator. He's not cool. He's not stoned. He is a dude. And he wants to win just as bad as anybody else, but he's lost 2 straight. They have been 1-2s, but 2 straight to Lando. Lando's back in it for the driver championship, and he deserves to be. And this is going to go down to the wire. Abu Dhabi, I'm going to call it. Abu Dhabi is going to be another history awaits moment. 1v2, the driver who finishes better wins the driver championship. But this time it's going to be McLaren versus McLaren. They've already won the constructors at that point. They probably already won it now. But I guarantee you, Abu Dhabi's going to mean something. And if it is, I will be live for it. I will review it. I don't care if the MLS Cup's the night before. I'm going to be up and we're going to do it. Because time zones, right? But I will be here. If Abu Dhabi means something, I will be here for the title decider. Hell or high water, I will be here for the title decider. But I feel like it will be Abu Dhabi. Because the way this season's gone, Lando's back. Lando's back. Now, Oscar's going to win a couple, for sure. And keep it tight. Verstappen's going to win a couple and spoil a couple, for sure. Leclerc or Hamilton, they might win 1 or 2. That's F1 for you. They're halfway. 12 more Grand Prix. They're halfway there. Lando will win the bulk of them, I believe, what's left. But Oscar's probably going to win a couple. Somebody else is going to win a couple. You have 12, so I'd say about, 8, 2 and 2, something like that, of that ilk. It's going to be something like that, but enough to where it's still a title decider on the final day. To whoever finishes better wins the title. Maybe not tied on points, but still a place where whoever finishes better wins the title. But when it comes down to it, I mean, this Grand Prix was entertaining. It was an entertaining Grand Prix. Was it a good one? No. There's a difference. The rain made it entertaining and wild. 5 out of the 6 rookies crashed or retired the car. Only Behrman was still in by the end of the Grand Prix. The rain made it entertaining, but the actual product, the actual race was trash. The Grand Prix was entertaining, but the actual racing was trash. The rain made it more dramatic. The safety cars made it more dramatic. There were 3 safety cars. Like, freaking 20 laps were under the safety car, it felt like. Felt like half the race was under the safety car. Virtual or real safety car. So, dramatic? Yes. Entertaining? Yes. Good actual racing? No. Lando gets the win, though. Verstappen spun out, finished 5th. He got all his way back to 5th after he spun out and hit 10th. He got his way back up. Not on the podium, though. Lance Stroll, almost, for most of the race, was on the podium. Nepo Baby was on the podium. I know he's Canadian. I don't like him. He's a Nepo Baby. He's a Montrealer and a Nepo Baby. Yeah, I don't like him. I don't like that that's the Canadian driver that we have is Lance Stroll. You know, that just sucks. You know, that's just sad. That's disrespectful to Canada. That's disrespectful to Canada. Like, it's not a good driver. He's a Nepo baby who's in Aston Martin because his daddy owns the team. And they're the ones, he was put on slicks. He was one of the ones who pitted. They didn't do that to Alonso. So, why would daddy's money pit the Nepo baby for slicks? And then he still somehow got close to the podium. What? Don't get it at all. Don't get it at all. Driver of the day, Hülkenberg. Driver of the day, because he got the podium. His first ever podium. I mean, wow. He took a Sauber to a podium. He took that tractor to a podium. He got points last week, and now podium. You know what? If it wasn't Lewis, I'm glad it was him. Because that is a freaking absolute super drive to take a Sauber to the podium. From as far back as he was. In the rain. Lovely. What a wild... It was wild. I told you it was dramatic. It was wild. Grand Prix was wild for sure. Lando deserved the win. He pulled back from third place to first. It's Lando's year. I think that Canada crash really changed his mentality. I think it's Lando's year. I think it is. It might go to the last day, but I think it's Lando's year. With that being said, damn good drama of the Grand Prix. The racing, not so much. Hate to see Lewis not on the podium, but with the way the podium played out, at least it was a positive ending. With that being said, Lando did his job. Oscar sounds like a punk sometimes. Piastri. Today he sounded like a punk. And 2 straight losses for him. Title race on. Title race on. With that being said, interesting. But it was an interesting time. Fun? Yes. Interesting? Yes. Good? I don't know. With that being said, Ferrari's strategy makes me want to throw up again. Either way, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you later tonight, 5:55 p.m. Central, 6:55 Eastern, for the CONCACAF Gold Cup Final live and review. USA versus Mexico. We will be live for it. Redneck Business Casual will be out, and we'll have some fun with it. I will see you later tonight. Tomorrow, we have the CONCACAF, no it isn't, FIFA Club World Cup quarterfinal recap, semifinal predictions on Monday. Tuesday, we'll be live for Fluminense versus Chelsea, live and review in the afternoon, just that. Then Wednesday, we have the PSG versus Real Madrid, live and review. Then we have Montreal Forge Canadian Championship quarterfinal, second leg, live and review. 2 lives, 2 reviews on Wednesday. Thursday, the Club World Cup semifinal recap. Friday, the Club World Cup final prediction. Saturday, Toronto FC versus Atlanta United live in RSR. Next Sunday, the FIFA Club World Cup final live RSR. So that's what the next 7 days plus half a day, 7.5 days look like. The next week plus a half day looks like, because we still have the Gold Cup tonight. With that being said, gonna have a fun final week of the Club World Cup and the final of the Gold Cup. I will see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya.